Okay, so once people then start seeing that, when people start seeing that appearance, Mark, please mute your microphone. So once people start seeing that consistent appearance in your brand, they now identify you with that brand as a not with that brand. That's our brand. Those are the part of the essential. So we have the consistent, like what always keep the consistency is the logo, the color plate, and the typography. These are the essential elements of in the graphical aspect. The vision can be seen as the general thing. The vision values can be seen as the general thing, right? But then in the aspect of graphics and the visuals, your logo, your color plate, then your typography. As a matter of fact, apart from the normal design that someone will ask you to create or the design for you, someone asks you for a complete brand package for those of you that are going to do a brand identity. The essential things you must give is the logo, color brown, color plate, then the typography. Then I'll also show you as the class where I will show you how to represent the typography and the page too. Then you define the brand voice and story and a comprehensive brand strategy. Those ones can be handled by the management, the strategy audience. So the audience, why I'm mentioning them to you, because this science is in a kind of indirectly, right? When you are making your design, you have to keep in mind your targeted audience. What are your audience? What do they want to buy? That is why you see most of the ladies brand that I expected that to be patronized by ladies much. I always go with the feminine colors. You see ladies brand, you hardly see ladies brand that use black as their color. You hardly see ladies brand that use royal blue as their color because those are not feminine colors. Those are dark colors for men, right? But you see men, hardly see men brand that uses pink. The matter of fact is the man's brand using pink, they will now start so they're thinking that brand is into something else. Okay, let me not mention that in class. Anyway, but they are always colors are associated with every brand. So this brand strategy, their targeted audience, and overall brand experience has to do. You have to have that in mind. You're not primarily CEO, but you have to have that in mind to always know that this is what the brand is about. Then the second aspect is the imagery, the kind of image you use, the imagery. I saw there's this voice. Voice is an aggressive brand. Though. They have a way of using a monocolor for all their images and their graphics. You hardly see them when they make a design and they at the end the image on it is a black and white image. They are very fond of that. Most of their show that I've seen, the images is always black and white. So that has given me that subconsciousness because I've seen it on one or two or three occasions. That's given me this subconsciousness that once I see the brand, once I see the design with black and white, the first thing that comes to my mind is voice because they are fond of representing their imagery in that way. So imagery is part of your brand identity. It's part of the basic elements in your brand. So if you want for those that want to go further to UI UX, that is where you have a brand guideline, tagline, slogan. Those ones have to do with it's not just you, but you also have to have that in mind to always present that better. Always have that in mind to present that better. Don't know those proper messages in review. Okay, so those but thank for answering the question. Or is it? Yeah, Jonathan, thank you for that. For people dropping attendance, it's not for attendance. The meeting platform has taken care of that for us. So for those of you that do come to class, just 3 minutes. I see someone came just how many seconds? 59 seconds. And left. I don't know if that was network issue or we choose to do that. But it just came just few minutes and you left. Anyways, it's fine. So before we go into the next part, the survey and the YouTube, I was not that most of you have not done that. Is there a reason for that? Is there any reason, anybody that can tell me any reason that they have not done, why he has not done the assignment, the survey aspects?
Yes, sir. I have a reason.
Okay, I mean, you get your reason. What is your reason for not doing it?
The mistake was from my end, and I was just added yesterday, so I didn't know anything about the assignment. I just came across it this morning before joining the class. So that's my own personal reason, and I don't know anything concerning it, so I don't have an idea on what to do.
Okay, that is for the assignment. Then for your feedback for the, I told you that the survey helps us improve your class better. It give us the knowledge of what should be done and what should not be done, right?
Yes.
So uh, it's a survey link in the group there. We'll always take it at the middle of the class so that if there is something that needs our other attention to change or to improve before the class finishes, we can do that. The one we take at the end of the training properly is for so that we improve better for your name, say your next place. Some of you we have currently have 400 level students who do uh, their training here. So it might be that even you yourself, there are some things that you suggest and we look into it. And when you come back for the 400 level training, it will be better for you there. So it's better for you there. So it's important that we always do what's out in the class to help us and help you as well. Me, any other person that has a reason for not doing the survey because I went through the back end and I discovered that people from other courses, web and virtual assistant training, have already done that for the survey, and people from graphics have not done the survey. I only saw 3 people there that submitted the survey from graphics. I have over 100 students. I wonder why we have just 3 people there. Or if we should do that, be honest, today the survey I think should be placed today or something. So if we should do that. Okay, so back to what our material. See, brand essential. What is branding? Branding is the process of creating a distinct identity for a company, product, or service to make it recognized and set up. I've already explained most of that already. I've already explained the basic structure. So what we're talking about now is your logo and your in this class. Basically, what I plan to do is the logo and the typography. The logo and the typography. So if you look at all these logos here, look at all these logos here. They are all a reflection of most of what we have done. What we have done, I've already been speaking through this thing, like from the color, then from the design. Then we have different types of logo. We have different types of logo, which always depends on what we are doing. There is a logo. Okay, let me often the first logo Apple used. The current logo Apple is using, that is not the first logo they started that brand with. The current logo they are using, it was Apple, but it was a damn mixture of many things. It was multicolor, it was like a rainbow. Something. Okay. Yeah. And let's finish loading. So, mm, so back to our, so this is a version of Apple logo. Though this one is always this the one in 1976 is always not taken put into consideration, or even Apple itself doesn't always count this as their first logo. I mean, this one they were just messing around. Right? This is actually the logo Apple was people know as the first Apple logo. So if you look at this, this is how it was with color mixture and all of this. So Apple finds out that at a point in time, Apple discovered a marketing strategy right from the time that their logo was finding it difficult to fit on many of their items. You know, so imagine you design a phone that is a single color, like what we have Apple now. We have a gold color Apple, and you now pick this kind of logo and place on it to look very terrible because it will make the whole thing look rioting. Imagine you design a silver color laptop and you place this logo on it. You will find out that it's kind of very unprofessional for the appearance. So Apple started was okay. Their logo structure was okay for them, but just now for the color to keep their brand a unique nature. That's why they evolve to this blue logo, from blue logo to black one, and now we have the unique just plain Apple logo that flies with all colors. But instead of having a multicolor like this, you have something similar like this with nothing inside. You see the previous design has symbols inside. I believe some of the the early iPhones has something like this or this one. Yeah, somewhere I have seen an iPhone with this kind of logo. But if you see this current design of iPhone, they are just plain like this. So I can either go like this on the gold color, whatever color they are using, just clear crest this on it and stand. That is just it. So there is a reason for that. There's a reason for that, which is why what I'm trying to portray here that we have different types of logo. We have logos that are used for word mark. We have logos that are used for letter mark. We have logos that are used for brand mark, and we have combination marks. Then I've already explained while I was explaining design that what makes a logo or even a design generally, what makes your design generally stands out. What makes your design generally stands out so that your design to be simple and easy to identify. Your design should be simple and easy to identify. Then it should be memorable. When it's simple, it's easier for someone to have it in their head. For instance, there is no way you will see Apple logo like this and you miss it. Once you see it, you always remember it. Once you see it, you always remember it. Then it should be versatile. The versatile is its ability to fit into every design. Just like the Apple logo I just showed you, they find out that their first logo was not versatile because of the multiple colors, from this color to this color, from that color. Then it was not being consistent, it was not being versatile. Most of the time, when they design a particular product, they find it difficult fixing that logo. So they design to adapt what to be simple. They go with the symbol. It was very simple enough. Then let it float. So in that way, it was versatile. So this was our primary organization from the beginning. So if you look at this logo was created at the beginning of our organization. So this logo, if you look at it, it's a bit complex. That's why most of our design now, if I see, I'm just using CSAA. So of writing this whole logo, but now our brand has gone far. So we have, since it's a parent organization, the organization has chosen not to change it because of the name it has made. But if you look at this logo, it's complex. So that this logo is having the designer here was trying to bring the whole idea into one logo. Okay, for instance, an apple logo is just an apple fruit because it's called apple. They have apple. So what leads apple to a phone? What leads apple to a laptop? What leads apple to a smartwatch? See that those things are kind of different things. So your logo just has to be memorable and versatile. It must not actually bring. So this is what the designer here was trying to do, bring everything because they say just advocacy. A person brought an advocacy symbol inside. They say it's a social awareness community development. They brought social awareness inside. I don't know if they still the focus of your science is inside. I don't know where the Bible is involved. That this logo was very busy. So it will take time. It will be way easier for you to see this logo and identify it now and have a memory of it than this logo. If you see this logo now, it's complex and it will be giving you time. But if you see these particular logos, if you see Pepsi, you see these ones, you see that you identify that easily. So that is what makes your logo unique. Your logo, I always advise you use artistic. Look at X now. X is just X. And that is their color is black and they keep it black and I think it's actually black and blue. But they use the black most. Look at Facebook, it's just F. There's no real writing Facebook there. Look at LinkedIn, use this and so these people understand what the brand identity stands for. They understand what the brand identity stands for. So that is why they use this kind of stuff, right? So coming to back to a type of logos, we have I mentioned that we have a word mark, we have a monogram, we have combination, we have mark, then we have abstract logo. So the word mark and logos are every use in write up. We use write up. For instance, this Google logo is a word mark. Ctvet. You can tell me what Ctvet is. So you can tell me what Ctvet is. What kind of logo is Ctvet? Okay, maybe let me explain further if you understand what Ctvet is.
So
Pepsi is a brand mark. Apple is a brand mark. Apple is a brand mark. These are all okay. Yeah, these are all brand mark. So who can tell me what Ctvet is? Edu is. Burger King is. And KFC is. Do you have anyone to answer that?
Let me
Those
try.
ones are combination mark.
Which one is combination mark and which one is
That one that has advocacy and ethics.
and so you
Yes.
can tell me what Ctvet is?
Letter
Sir,
mark.
letter mark.
Is pardon?
Letter mark.
Come on. Any other attempt? Any other attempts? Oh, okay. So,
That KFC is a brand.
pardon?
I said KFC is a brand mark.
KFC is a brand mark. KFC is a letter form. KFC is a letter form. We call them letter form because they always represent their KFC. With the KFC, the KFC on its own is abbreviation. It's an abbreviation. There's a full meaning for that KFC, but they have a KFC
So
as an abbreviation. Pardon? They have a
what do you say?
KFC as an KFC is a letter mark.
Letter mark.
Yes,
Okay,
because
okay, sir.
because they have the KFC as an abbreviation. KFC on its own is an abbreviation, right? KFC is an abbreviation. Sorry, letter form. You can call it letter mark or letter form. Some people prefer to call it form. That is when you want to combine, for instance, Pepsi. Pepsi sometimes uses this logo, then still write Pepsi by the side. I don't know if I've seen that they use this logo and still write Pepsi by the side. So in a situation where it's appearing that way, the Pepsi is actually a full word, then the KFC is, so if you want to have a combined name for both of them, it's a letter form, not a letter mark on the game. But for this one, it's a letter mark, right? The KFC is it's an abbreviation. So it's a letter mark, but they combine in a place where you see it's a place where you see the right Pepsi and the right CW's logo, you see the Apple dropping this and still writing Apple. Has done a letter form. Some people called in the Morse code. People call it Morse code. Or basically the 400% family. Then we have the monogram and monogram letter mark logos. I basically those ones like Apple here is a monogram because it has just a single color, right? Uh, is it TikTok or this one? Yeah, TikTok here is a monogram. X is a monogram. So some of those things actually fall under the same two categories because they have kind of two features, right? So depending on how it's represented, so someone might ask, okay, making it a monogram logo. So it's possible you can use a watermark, this letter mark to make a monogram. So once it's one color, that is just a monogram. So there, someone might also ask you, make me a brand mark. The brand mark, is also a symbol, a symbol that represent the brand. So if the logo is like, for instance, the Apple there is a brand mark. Then someone can also ask you, make me a pictorial mark. A pictorial mark is a logo that is used a image. For instance, the KFC there, when you have that only that man only, it's a pictorial mark. So it's usually where they wanted to use a pictorial mark. For instance, Puma, the Puma GS now, they have that animal on their that animal. Is it a leopard or the animal they use? But always they are fond of using it as this is a monogram logo. We always represent it in black. So that is a pictorial mark. Then we have this other logo, Playboy. This is that rabbit, right? So it's actually a pictorial mark. Someone can call it a pictorial mark. Then we have sometimes someone may just call you and say making an abstract logo mark. So these things are kind of interrelated, right? But I'm trying to explain to you how clients sometimes present their. Sometimes, most of the time, maybe they browse and they just hear the words or this. So it generates inspirational. So something like this is an abstract logo. An abstract logo, for instance, I don't know if I have that. I don't know if I have that. I had my Enterprise. The one I showed you yesterday, the Enterprise. Okay. The Enterprise there is an abstract logo because it can stand alone. For instance, Apple is also an abstract logo. Abstract logos are logos that the symbol can actually stand alone and they can also stand with the name. So if Apple drop the logo and write Apple, it will still stand. Apple can drop just the logo and write Apple, it will still stand. See here, okay, that one is selected. Okay, so like Enterprise here, this is an abstract logo of Enterprise. So Enterprise can be written with Enterprise on it or this logo only. So in the situation where you represent only this logo only, you see staff as Enterprise. Then this can also start. We have a number of them. We have a number of them. Okay, I'm gonna get when you browse. Okay. So, 1 minute. So, right. So look at this abstract logo, right? If you look at this ID car, most of the times you have only this on their vehicle, right? But it's that this so this people can represent this brand only with this logo, or they can write it this way. The same thing with this model brand. Most of their boots just see them dropping on this logo on it. So they can represent it this way, or the two of them is still be identified as a brand. The same thing with this Airbnb. So it depends on what's on. So this is actually a abstract logo. So I think that the symbol it can be represented with only the symbol and sometimes with the right of these are abstract logo. So depend on what your clients come and ask you to give them what they want. So as I was saying, I've left my documents. The logos I've dropped there, Ctvet here is a combination because the C is used as a stylish. The C is tied, so it can be used as a symbol, and it's combined something with right. So the styling came from the right up. The styling came from the right up. Therefore, it's a combination mark. Do we understand the difference now? Does anybody have a question? If you don't have the question and to understand it, can you react to it?
I have a question.
Okay, go on.
What's the difference between a pictorial mark and a logo mark? I didn't get that clear.
The logo, which is all of them are logo. So what is the logo mark?
Brand mark.
You mean, pardon?
I said, what's the difference between a pictorial mark and a brand mark?
Okay, I said pictorial mark are those that use images of a particular it can be an object or an animal. So I gave an example of okay, let me go back to the other images I was shared. The last one I shared. I said I'll give you an example of this, right? So in this design, this is a brown mark, right? You're seeing my screen at the apple I highlighted.
Sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
This
sir.
this is a brown mark, but this is a pictorial mark. This is an animal now. This flavor is a rabbit or something that we use, right? It's a pictorial mark. This is a pictorial mark. This one is a pictorial mark. This is it Jake one? It's a pictorial mark. Understand the difference now?
Okay. Yes, sir.
Mhm. So most of the time they use. That's why I even use. I should mention this. This if we the points where you have just this, it's a pictorial mark. So and I said most of these things are interrelated because they have features from other side, right? But the client might just come and call the name to you, call it like that, and go. It's not left for you to decide. I've seen logos that they use. The owner use their faces as logo, right? So I don't know if KFC too is the owner, but that is how it came in. It's a pictorial. Listen, it has a pictorial mark and this. So most of this, even if you see in this text, that some of them are combined. You see that the dynamic mark comes Google 400 this and 400 word mark, right? So this is how so but most of this information are online. So any logo that you see that confuse you can actually go. So as I always declared, you can make your internet your best. And the worst thing that will happen to you is for a client to ask you what is a design related aspect and you don't know the answer. So I always tell myself that don't never tell anybody you don't know. Always say you will get back to the person. If you don't know, tell the person, you get back with the person. Go make your research. What makes you stand out and make you as a designer is when you see that particular thing, you will know it. So it's not knowing everything in your head at once that makes you a designer or a good designer. It's when you see that thing, you will know it. When you see a good design, you will know it. When you see this good design and you are asked to uh, do something similar to that, you can do it with all, but that is what makes you a good designer. So if you can say you hold everything in your head, I'm on your head will break. Oh. But there are too many things in this design that I used to thought I know everything about UI UX until I joined this thing, the advanced master class with Uni Otena. So university that owns a program in the graphic design thing. They actually have a degree certificate in that too, but I'm not doing the degree certificate. I used to think I know everything about that until I joined the advanced thing. They are still teaching me some of the ethics that I only open my mouth and so this thing is very damn wise. You don't since you have those things at our disposal, it's unnecessary going to key your head on that, right? So
Yes,
uh
sir.
so back to also those are the kind of logo, those are the types of logos we have and uh, what makes your logo unique. So always choose a logo that is being related to what you are doing. Always know your brand. Whether you're just designing it, someone don't be ask people question when they ask you, they give you a job, ask them what their brand stands for. Ask them what their brand stands for and make the logo they are doing. So that someone might come, okay, there's a job I designed for. It's a church program, though. I designed for the man and I sent him the first samples. I had my watermark on it, Superior Graphics. I put my watermark on it at the cover. So when the man came back with the designs, he had many corrections and many suggestions he wanted me to do. So at the end, most of the time, clients give you work and they will specific about what they want. They won't allow you to do exactly what you want. So when he came back and said, "Okay, this is what I want. This is what I want," when I was done with the design, I couldn't. The design was not appealing to me. It was not professional to my kind of what I would do. So what I simply did, I removed my logo out of it, remove my brand. So when I sent the man the second copy, he was like, he saw my logo. May I not want to market my brand again. I just use joke and I say, no problem, sir. You are my customer. You always come back to me. But the reason why I removed that my brand was not because of that. I removed my brand because that particular design did not speak of the level I designed. Because it was going against many of my design standards. But that was what the clients want, right? So there are clients that give you the jobs, that give you specific of what you will do. Uh, the ultimate thing is a job. You're doing a job, and then your own goal at the end is to produce impact and still get paid. So if the client wants to dive and insist, the best you can do is advise. And tell them, sir, this is not like this is not like this. So can I advise? So your best to do that is just the best you can do. So I removed the logo and I gave them an answer. So the main reason I removed the logo was because it was design was not appealing to me, but that was what the client wants. So I removed my logo so that someone will not come and see that design and come and start saying, this is what it is, not it's poor to this level. And you are saying you are this, you are that, and so I remove it to not identify with me. And so the answer what I'm trying to say, always ask clients questions, right? So that you understand the kind of what the brand they want to do, what the idea they want to pass out, what their brand stands for. Understand? And then you present a logo that stand close to them. Okay, sorry guys. I know that I'm speaking kind of dot, but I'm kind of not well. So if you just manage, enjoy with me for today, I can give you the full package, and this class might end unusual today. It might end before time, but I promise we will make it up in the next class, and kind of seriously
Sorry,
not
sir.
well today. Just I did not inform you people earlier, so it's against our policy here to cancel class without a head up. But if be nice, inform you earlier, I would have canceled the class, but I did not inform you earlier, so it was unethical for me to cancel the class without prior information. I know that some people get bought the data and the rest, so it's not proper for me to just cancel class like that. So I know that I'm not teaching as usual today, but just enjoy with me. I'm just trying to get that. Okay, just people should not be angry. Okay, so we want
Yes,
to
sir.
okay, I want us to build a brand from the beginning. So we start with the logo. So who can give us a brand? Who can give us a brand? Let me show you how we do it. Who can give us a brand in use for this class? So now you could had your color. As to, I know for the last class the assignment was you could choose a brand and you have the colors. So why someone will suggest people will suggest a brand that I will be working on the same principle I'm applying on this, you'll be applying on the one you choose for yourself. If you understand what I'm saying, do we all understand?
No, sir.
No, sir, please.
No, sir. No, sir. No, sir.
Okay.
Explain, sir.
Okay. If people choose color, the assignment was choose the color of your choice for your brand, right? Was that not the
Yes,
assignment?
sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
if people
Yes,
choose
sir. It was.
okay, yes. Everybody now has their brand, has the choice of the brand they want to build. Everybody has the choice of the brand they want to build. Different brands, so which is okay. I even love it. I love it that way. That was the whole intention of giving you different medicine. So now we are building a logo. So I don't know if some of you have an existing logo already. But for those that do not have the logo, we are building a logo now. So if you suggest a brand, one brand I will use as an example in this class. So why I'm teaching and showing you how the best practice of creating that, you will apply that principles in creating your own logo for your brand. Do you understand now?
Yes, sir.
So if I still confused, you can say Addison, right? So I want at the end of this class, you should have a full brand for either yourself or your business or something, right? So why I'm teaching, I'm applying the principles. The best principle here, you applying it on that your brand. Victor, you have your hand up. You have a question. Victor. Okay, Victor just went back quietly. So why I'm applying that here? So can I have a suggestion of a brand we can build in the class? Can I have a solution of a brand we can build in the class?
A tech brand. It work brand.
Pardon?
The work brand.
Is it any
Not,
brand?
yeah, just
More like
any brand we can build. Pardon?
tech
I did
brand.
not get it.
Wasn't tech.
Tech.
Maybe vehicle.
Hmm?
Vehicle is better. Vehicle.
Vehicle.
Yeah.
As an a vehicle, a company that produce vehicle or repairs vehicle. What's vehicle? What would the vehicle brand be doing?
That produce even vehicle that makes vehicle, that kind of stuff.
Okay, a brand that makes vehicle. So, what kind of vehicles is it? A motorcycle, cars, or something?
Car.
Chidera, you have your hand up. Okay,
Car is
car,
motor.
right?
Yes.
Okay. Chidera, you have a question?
Yes,
Chidera.
sir. No, I want to answer for the question that I asked about a brand. So I'm suggesting a shoe brand.
Okay.
Yeah, a shoe brand, either Nike or anyone
No, I
you
don't.
think of.
Okay, I don't want us to use an existing brand.
Sir?
I don't want us to use an existing brand. I want us to create ours. So Nike is already existing, so we can have our own brand. You can use a shoe brand, but we can use ours.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Okay,
Chukwu
sir.
Emeka, your hand was up. Okay, you're off. Pornued,
Yes.
what is your question?
About this brand creation now, you're using Corel, right, for the brand creation. Like the logo.
Yes.
Is there any other apart from Corel to create
Someone's
a logo?
thing is disturbing the hearing.
I didn't actually get what you asked properly. Chukwu Emeka,
My
I didn't get the
question
last
is,
part.
my question is this: is there any other app someone could use apart from Corel to create a logo?
Yes, there are many apps there. I mentioned that I will have. For instance, sometimes I design with a Photoshop. I design sometimes with Adobe this is Illustrator. You can even design with Figma. I design sometimes with Figma. So, but, most of the time, since my Figma is mostly online, I use Figma when I want to do web development. CorelDRAW, I use CorelDRAW most because it's free and it's offline, right? So I don't have to worry about internet disturbing me. I don't have to worry about being having a pivot. I've already cropped my already, so that's why I use CorelDRAW. But you can use Photoshop, you can use the so one thing I wanted to mention again is why these other platforms, they are Pixel Lab, Canva, and most of these forms are there and they can help you do your graphics. The most professional, I've never seen an advert for graphics being made. They say the person must be proficient in Canva, Pixel Lab, or Poster My Wall. This one. These ones are just tools that are there to assist you. They can serve you, but those are not professional graphics tools to some extent. Yes, they help you with graphics, but they're not professional. If you see most of the advert they make for graphics designer, they will ask you for, they'll be talking about Figma, talking about CorelDRAW, talking about Photoshop, or Adobe Suite entirely. Adobe Suite is this thing, the Illustrator, InDesign, and the Photoshop. So those are the professional things you have to be from now. That doesn't mean when you get there, when you know this, basically where they will test you, right? The previous people that this application has more advanced features. That's where they will test you. But other than when you get in there, when I came here to my organization here, I knew how to use Canva, but since I don't use it that much, or I don't like it that much because it doesn't give me the freedom to express my graphics, to manipulate my things the way I want. So I don't use it. So when they ask me, I go there and look. I don't use it. I use Photoshop and CorelDRAW, which when they employed me, some of the time when they bring a job and I don't have time, I'll just create the Canva and do it and get go. That doesn't mean I don't have idea of those things. I have idea, but most I use a professional software to teach you so that it will be better. And I use Corridor, not Photoshop, because Corridor is easier to understand the interface more than Photoshop. That's why I use it. But yes, there are many other ones. So Cornel, your hand was up. What was your question? Sugar I hope I've
So
answered
it
your
was,
question.
it was not a question. I wanted to suggest a brand for this thing you wanted to do, the logo.
So which brand do you want to suggest?
We want to suggest an interior, the arranging of how the furnishing industry or company.
Yeah, for interior decoration.
Yes.
Okay, so we have someone suggesting a shoe brand, someone suggesting a car, someone suggesting an interior decoration. So we can't do all now. Okay, which one are we doing?
Cashew brand though.
Okay, I should say shoe brand.
Yeah, a medicine brand.
Medicine
Medicine.
case. Brand I beg. Just medicine brand.
That shoe brand. Shoe
Yeah,
brand is
but
okay.
finish contemplating on this one. This one is saying messing brand.
Okay, between choose. Okay, can we
Okay,
choose
medicine
between
brand.
shoe brand and a vehicle and a car brand? Can we choose between vehicle, shoe and car?
Cashew brand though.
Okay, since we
That
have
shoe
it's
brand
like we
is
have okay, it's like we have a more of a shoe brand than the. Sorry, I don't know when I muted my mic. So it's like we have more of a shoe brand than the car brand.
All these people saying shoe brand, they're all
Huh? I didn't get you.
people saying shoe brand, they're all shoe sellers. That is why.
Well,
I'll let
okay,
you
so the person selling car brand is also selling cars, right?
Somehow.
so try something. Try something.
The person selling shoe brand is also this thing. Okay, so okay, let's uh let's go let's go with okay. It's actually good now. So if they choose to have a logo, so choose to have a logo that they also use for their shoe brand is still good, right? So why the others you can that doesn't stop you from having your intention private brand. You can be doing that, and I'll teach you basically the principles of how creating this. So why I'm designing for that of a shoe brand, you can be applying it on your particular brand. So that is the first part of choosing. Okay, we have chosen a shoe brand. Okay, so there's a reason for why when people like Adidas, they have just the three bars and then the right Adidas. They produce shoe. The essence of that idea is the versatility. They want it be versatile. They want it in such a way that when they are producing clothes, they won't have to have a different logo for the clothes and a different logo for the shoe. So tomorrow Adidas can decide to wake up tomorrow and say uh, they want to start producing want to go into medicine instead, pharmaceutical instead, or they want to start going to tech, and they will still be using their logo. That is a company on its own. Mercedes from the beginning was not Mercedes from the beginning. Mercedes was not a car brand from the beginning. Yeah, Mercedes and Lamborghini. Lamborghini used to manufacture tractors, so it's not a luxurious car. And we have many of those brands that started with another idea and switch to another idea. So that is where the kind of abstract logo can come in, right? So we have choose that we want a shoe brand. So another thing we have to choose again is what kind of logo do we want? We want a logo that will be strictly just for shoe brand. So these are questions you ask your client too when they give you this thing. Do you want a logo that will use your brand only to do is strictly on shoe? Or you want a logo that maybe you are selling shoe, it's a company generally, and then tomorrow you will switch to also selling clothes because there will no need. For instance, if you have a shoe, if you have a brand and it's just shoe, for instance, if you have a logo like this, if you have a logo like this for a brand, if you have a logo like this for a brand, and tomorrow you now start saying you want to be selling cars, this logo won't start for car now. It won't match, right? If you want to be selling this thing, food product, this logo won't serve for food product. This logo is still for a shoe brand. You are doing shoe, and that is just all. You are putting it in shoe, just shoe. You understand the different dynamics in different types of logo now. Are you getting me? Are you people getting me? It's my mic.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So with Ashley degree, your hand is up. You have a question.
Okay, so I wanted to know which of the apps you're using to do your design, since it's laptop you're using.
Okay, I'm
Is it
using
like
CorelDRAW. I'm using
okay,
CorelDRAW.
okay, sir.
Okay.
So for me, that is using a phone.
Which app are you using? Canva or Pixel?
Is it me that is using a phone?
Yeah, you say you are using a phone now. So which app are you using for your phone?
I want to use a Canva. I was trying to use Photoshop, but it's not giving me what I want.
Okay, so you can, and I said earlier that I'll be giving you the principles. Yes. I told you earlier that I will be giving you the principles of creating this logo. So you can be applying it on every aspect, not just just choose I just want to attract to be practical this. From now on, the part of explaining theory as one. The remaining days of the class, the topics we have are more of practical topics. So I can be explaining theory to you. So I want to be also be doing practical. That's why I need a brand that will be built from down from scratch top, right? So that is for using Canva. You can still get on with that. Okay, so that having been said, which kind of so I was explaining that if you have a logo like this, then you know that your idea will be limited only to show. We can't have a logo like this and then tomorrow come up and say, you want to sell food or say something else. That is why I was explaining to you that Adidas sells shoe, but they have other companies too. We have Nike. Nike sells shoe, but it's just mark, so they can try to swap from any fit or any other fit. That is the whole idea behind this. So those things, these ideas have to be chosen. You have a logo like this. Can't swap from this shoe to another thing. You that this is shoe, right? So based on the types of logo you have fed, what kind of logo would you want us to create for the shoe brand? We have decided that we are going on the shoe brand, right? So let's be documenting what we are doing. So who is giving us the answer? What are we going for?
So let's go for something versatile.
Okay, we'll say it's a shoe brand.
It's a shoe brand, yes, but we can maybe expand it so that in case you want to expand maybe shoes, accessories, food, the logo can work for all.
Okay. So you want us to go? I want us to use some example of what you just said. Do you want us to use that is an abstract logo, right? You want us to use an abstract logo. So what is the name of our brand? What name are we giving our brand? We're using an abstract logo. What name are we giving our brand? Can someone give us a name? Can someone give
Adams.
us a name?
The Mabels.
See your
Why,
box, Adam.
why do I have a feeling that everybody's giving their name? You know that everybody's giving.
Giving you that their name. They wanted to design a professional one that they'll use for their brand.
No, it's not Mabels.
Like,
But
come on, reality boy.
the person that said the member is Isaac now. It's
Mhm.
Isaac the boy that
Thank you,
said
sir.
the one. So which brand are we using?
Sir, what of
This
finesse?
is Empire.
Ctvet shoes and accessories.
I go.
Finesse can go, sir.
Kine.
Yes, finesse.
Oh, nah, I'm not really understanding what's going on here. I'm still
So use
confused.
your hand and pick name.
Okay, who is confused? Someone is saying is that
Yes, sir, it's me. I'm confused right now.
which aspect are you confused on? What is the problem? Pardon?
Please, if you are wearing
Mark, wait, can you people wait? Let's Mark speak. I'm listening to Mark.
Network is
Okay,
very
Mark,
bad. Hello?
Mark, Mark, I'm getting you. Continue.
God,
Mark, I'm getting you. I'm getting your voice.
okay. It's about this one you started now because me, I've not like I went out, so I just came now. And I think this is a new sector of what
Mark,
you are teaching.
Mark, you are first, you are in a noisy environment. Second, you can't leave the class, come back in the middle and say can't take all of us back. That is why the class is always recorded and it will be dropped on the page so you can actually go there and follow up. So if you are teaching the class, can you mute your mic, please? So if you are teaching in the class and you don't understand what you are talking, you can answer, but you can't go out of the class, then come back and have to start explaining. But since this is the first time, I will just give you a brief, but this will repeat itself. What we are doing is we are suggesting a brand that we can design from scratch to top. So I was saying from the remaining days, the topics we are discussing are more of practical topics. So I want us to be building a brand as we are discussing. At the end of the class, we have to have a standard brand at this class below. So I have taught you about color theory and types of logo and kind of logos. So now we are looking at a brand that we can create from down to be right from the color, from the brand identity, create a full identity for the brand, create a logo, call it a color palette and a typography for the brand. Do you understand, Mark?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
I understand.
Okay. So don't leave you leave the class and you come back again. I won't do that again. Okay. Kevin, your hand is up.
So good
Kevin.
morning.
Yes, good
Please,
morning.
I've been in the class for a long time now, but actually I haven't been understanding anything because I've been having issue downloading every stuff on my phone. So I'm kind of using someone's phone to do the class. But I'm actually lost in today's class because I actually downloaded my Canva app today and my Pixel app because they actually downloaded on my phone. But me listening to the class now, since the project we are doing today is not meant to be done on the Canva app today.
Nobody says it's not meant to be done on the Canva. So this is what I said for the previous class. Sorry for the issues you have, but thank God the class are always being recorded. As Rod, no, I did this thing. So every question being asked in this class is just there. Maybe when the class is done, I can go back and remove the unwanted areas. But for now, the class is dropped like that so that you follow up in the test. The class is also always recorded, and the link to the class is in your group. You can click that link and go there to follow up on the previous classes. But in summary of what is done in this class is that we want to create a new brand identity. Since the remaining days we will be doing towards the practical, I want to create a full brand identity for a brand. So someone suggested a shoe brand. So that is what we are creating, a shoe brand for ourselves. Then I was asking for the name. She wanted to give us a name for a shoe brand. So after, do you want an abstract logo or do you want a logo that will focus strictly on shoe? So an abstract logo in the sense that tomorrow if you are selling shoes and you want to expand and start selling clothes or start selling other products like Apple is selling a phone and selling laptop and that's other products. But it's still using the same Apple logo. But if you now use a shoe logo, that is what I was showing you. If you now use a shoe logo, you cannot switch because your logo speaks only to one particular product. That is that for that. Kevin, do you understand?
Yes, I understand. I understand.
Okay, so that
But
is what
I
it
have
is.
a
So
question. When you want
yes,
to when you want to use the Canva app now to create this now, like where can I do this thing? Where can I find a space to create it and other things?
okay. Canva, you is the same thing as you are using the web version of the app. Using the web
I'm
version of
using
the
the
app.
app. I'm
Okay,
using the
so
app.
when you open Canva and open a new page to give you a plain interface for you to start your design with items by the side. If you're using a phone, I think the items are down, are below the page. If you're using a system, the apps are always tools are always by the left hand side. So that is where those are the tools you use in creating your logo. I said so the color I gave an assignment in the previous class. I choose a unique color for your brand and choose a brand. Choose a brand and choose a unique color for your brand. So I want a situation where as I'm applying this on this brand, the general brand we are using in this class, you are applying that on your personal brand. Do you understand? So someone else had their hand up, but I think they have lowered their hand to continue. So someone suggested Adams. So let's work with Adams. Adams is a good name. Let's work with Adams. Uh, name Adam Adam. Is it like this, right? The person suggested the name. This is the name, right? Who suggested? Someone mentioned Adam. Who mentioned Adam? This is the spelling of your Adams, right?
His name.
So this is the spelling the Adams you refer to, right? I didn't get you. Is it the Adams you were referring to?
Yes.
Adams, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we are working with Adam. Working with Adams. Okay, so the brand name is Adams. Okay, so what is the brand color? Which colors are we using for our brand?
So either red or black should go.
Okay, so I've mentioned that in the previous class that before choosing the color, know the brand you are building. Before choosing the color, know the brand you are building. You can't just wake up and say, red or black. What is the shoes you are selling? What are your target audience? Are you into male shoes or are you into unisex? And what is your class of audience? Are you doing Abba shoes by the roadside or you extend to have a big market, a luxurious market? that sounds luxurious. There are some colors that you see that when somebody flip on that there's this luxurious feel out of it. So what are your target audience? You can't just decide color just because you like red, let's have red. So what is your reason for choosing red? What kind of brand are we building?
Sir, I think the shoe brand should be a unisex shoe brand whereby we can sell to both male and female of different category. Like children, we have children shoe, we have adult shoes. We have shoes for old and young women. It should be versatile, not like includes Adam now. And this name is something like a male shoe brand, not like a unisex shoe brand. This is my opinion, sir.
Okay. Adams is a name. So it might be that someone decided to use their name for their company. So that can serve, but if you still want to change it, you can change it. And but you say it's a unisex brand. So what is our target audience? What class of is it luxurious shoes or just normal
Sir,
Abba shoe?
we should go with luxurious shoes. Something that can reach an international fan base.
Okay. Okay, so we are going with a luxurious shoe. So what colors do you use?
Just disturbing me things.
Gray.
I was
If you're not talking, can you mute your mic?
So a gray color can go for an international something. A gray color, Grey.
Okay. So what is your
Yes, it.
reason? What is your reason for choosing gray?
Okay, my
What does
reason might be funny, but
okay? I'm listening.
I've watched a lot of movies, and you see all these international people like Michael Jordan, the sneakers they put on, it has this color and it actually matches with any suit or outfit they wear. So it can go both ways. Now it depends on if it's heels that we are also going to include or just general sneakers.
Someone was saying something in the back. Okay, so
sir, I have an opinion.
okay, I'm listening.
Okay, sir. If we are going for Adams, I think the brand should consider both children's shoes, male shoes, female shoes, both slippers, palms, Oxford shoes, heels, and all the shoes that people put on. So it will be nice. So then the color can be either white. White is a neutral color, and it everybody loves white, yes, and also you can go with white and navy blue. Don't know
Okay,
if it's good there.
right and navy blue.
So I think the thing should be black because most shoes are normally black, and black matches with any outfit that you put on.
Okay.
So
Okay, so
for me, I would.
Yes,
getting you.
I was about to say something on that black. Black actually matches with every kind of outfit. No matter what you're wearing, black goes for it.
Okay.
I would like a
But
combination of
you
black and
cannot.
brown.
Does black go with yellow? Does black
I
go
think
with yellow?
It depends on your outfit. If you're wearing a yellow senator, you can put on a black loafers and you will go well.
But you don't expect to put the black logo on a black shoe. How do you expect the logo to be noticed?
Exactly.
then
You can make
Fine.
it a
your
golden logo.
your logo can be trusted. That is what I said. When you create a versatile logo, like what Apple
Exactly.
does, what like Apple has a symbol.
Exactly.
If Apple has a symbol, if Apple have a symbol, it doesn't have to. Your color brand doesn't mean it cannot has a silver crested logo for it. Okay,
I
so
think the black and blue.
Okay, so
Yeah, it's black and gold because black and gold with golden.
black and gold gives a premium and a universal distinct eloquence, right? Kind of,
Yes.
if you see, even with the ETA card that we have, if someone have a gold card, sorry, a black or gold card, you know, see, that one will be small money there inside. Now, it will be small as you receive. You get, well,
Na
then,
platinum man.
you get, well, that kind of thing. So, if you have something like that, black and gold have some styles of zeros and high class, and then another color that is always that's unique is this charcoal gray plus a metallic silver. Silver. Those are modern and like give this modern and sophisticated feeling, right? Gray balances with silver perfectly, and then we have deep brown that's warm and exclusive. So I remember showing you how to you can actually get your colors right with AI, so you can actually get there also. But since you are mentioning, say you say black and gold, right? I think that is what the majority said. Now we should
Yes.
use black and okay, so we are
Yes,
using
sir.
black and gold as applying. Okay. So, good. In the text. Just not just with the sex. So this my audience, they correct. You don't tell this school. Okay, so target audience, love unisex, high class. If someone have tried buying a product from Adidas lately, I went shopping lately and I picked at some an Adidas shops. They call me money, use like two of the trousers here or that, but anybody go shopping lately, go buy Adidas products. So I design a kind of Adidas some stuff here, right? Um, so we said our logo should be what kind of logo do you say we are working with? What kind of logo are we working with on this
An
based
abstract
on this?
logo.
Okay, so we want an abstract logo that can be used for we can expand. So the type is abstract.
Hey, letter
Abstract.
mark,
Pardon?
letter mark should be the logo.
Okay. So we want a later mark will be dealing with the I wanted to put take into consideration the other person that said Adam sounds like a male name and we are dealing with the unisex, right? So why we might argue, why some may argue and why some may agree. Uh, it's true that when you are in the market, everyone's idea is valid. The same way the person saw it as a mere name. That's the same way other people out there might also see Adam as a mere name and see that a mere product. I know, yes, are always ladies are always quick with protest. If ladies they are against it for this market, it will suffer. So that is why I wanted us going. We can go with an abstract logo. An abstract logo whereby we can have something like a symbol and a name. So there are some places when your a brand goes popular, you start using your symbol only instead of including a name. So I think I can go with the other person and say abstract. I have both a symbol and a logo. You can actually combine do a kind of a letter form, right? Something like what Pepsi do. Sometimes Pepsi write the name and sometimes they drop in the logo, right? So we can do something like that. So what else? Based on what we discussed so far, what else do we need for our brand? What else do we need for our brand?
Sizes.
There's one to
Sir,
hmm?
CTA. Sir, CTA.
CTP.
CTA. Call to action.
No,
I think.
No, call to action is on. Okay, the one I was explaining on your flyer. Call to action is a lead or an action statement you draw for someone to connect to you. That comes in with design, and it's not the things you're deciding. Why not what designing what your brand should stand for? Your brand, your call to action is for is it's in the design or your publications, not here. Do you get?
Okay, sir.
So
Yes, sir. Yeah, I get you.
so it's not here. So any other thing? There is one thing left. No, I mentioned it to you before. Who can remember what is left? Who can remember what is left? Yeah. Okay, let's start with okay, so this is this is what we are working with. When we come in the next class, we go deeply into a creation of this. We beg you to excuse me here for now, so that I will take care of my head a little bit. Okay, please don't be angry. When we come our next class, we work with this fully. So at the same time, you can brainstorm on the more ideas we can include in our brands. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So when we come,
Yes, sir.
I will save this. When we come, we'll pick up from there. We'll come in our next class. We'll create the basic thing. We'll create our logo, create our color palettes, and create our typography for that. So see you all on Thursday. Use Wednesday to bring some more idea on the brand and what is needed. Okay, sir. Thank you for joining.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
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 And
Thank you, sir.
wish you quick recovery.